I received at least one email that told me there were going to be some regulators sitting in the front row watching what I said. That apparently was as a result of the title of the presentation. Well, I've been registered now for 25 years, actually a bit over 25 years, and never had a complaint, never had a problem. And if there are regulators sitting in the front row, I just have one thing to say to you. Welcome. And you know, I mean that sincerely, because we need regulators. We need a lot of regulators. If we had more regulators, we wouldn't be having the problems that we have today. We wouldn't have the problems with the fraudulent short selling that we had a couple of years ago and that we probably still have today. We wouldn't have some of the problems that we had with the banking crises. We wouldn't have the problems that we have with the high-frequency traders. We wouldn't have the Bernie Madoffs of the world. So as far as I'm concerned, you know, I welcome regulators. I want more regulators. Because as far as I'm concerned, some of these other people and some of these other organizations are pure thieves. They're killing the golden goose. The golden goose that I benefit from and the golden goose that my clients benefit from. The harder they make it for us to benefit, the worse it is. And what this talk is about today is really not my trading style. I talked about that yesterday for an hour. I talked about it for 4 hours the day before. This presentation has to do with market structure. And it surprises me that there's an awful lot of people out there who trade and that are involved with trading that don't understand market structure. So I'm going to be talking a bit about my trading style, but only to the extent necessary for you to understand what it is that I'm seeing about market structure. And what I'm seeing is not good. It is really, really bad, and hence the title of this presentation. This presentation is about greed, ignorance, instability, risk, and the real potential for collapse. I live in Thailand. I've been living there. I'm a resident of Thailand. I've been living there for 7 years. And let me tell you something, that when you look at America from outside, and you look back at the last 4, 5, 6 years, you know, you look back and you go, what in the hell is going on? I cannot believe this. Now, you guys, most of you are sitting in the pot. It's a little bit different sitting outside the pot. I cannot believe the greed that is rampant in this whole subprime crisis, with this whole so-called naked short selling, with what's going on. I mean, it's like, hey, let's just kill business. Let's just put people out of work. Let's just do all this. And who gives a damn as long as I get my bonus or my 10 million or my 20 million. There's something really sick about this. Let's take these things one at a time. Greed. Naked short selling. Naked short selling, that's the wrong word. It's fraudulent and illegal short selling. These are people who don't own shares of stock that jump on a company, and just because they're powerful enough, they crush the company, and in the process put people out of work, destroy American business, and make a profit for themselves. And this, as far as the people that do it are concerned, is just good sport. It's fair. Well, it isn't fair. And it has an effect. And the kind of effect it has is very, very negative for a whole lot of different reasons. In 2008, when I was very actively trading stocks from Bangkok, in size, for an individual, in size, I would try to sell perhaps 10 stocks, short sell 10 stocks. Now, my broker would come back and say, we can't get you the stocks to sell. 9 out of the 10 times. The 10th one that I wanted to short sell would be the one that would go up. They got me stock for that one. Meanwhile, if I was large enough, or if I was a bigger name firm, or if I was trading in larger quantity, 100,000 shares instead of 10 or 20,000 shares, they could have got me the stock. So it was a patently unfair deal. These guys were selling naked, and I was not able to sell borrowed shares because they didn't have enough borrowed shares for me because I wasn't big enough. And I'm a hell of a lot bigger than a lot of people out there. It was blatantly unfair. So I had to develop a way around that, and I developed the Scalporama trading plan, which took advantage of bounces and down markets. Liar loans. Talk about greed. I mean, you know, putting people deliberately into homes that they couldn't afford. Now, the people have responsibility for that, but it is an example of greed. Fraudulent CDOs come from liar loans. Corrupt rating agencies, trading ratings for money. I'm sitting over there in Bangkok and I'm looking back at the US and going, is this the country that I was brought up in? What in the hell is going on? High-frequency traders. Let me tell you something about high-frequency traders. To the extent that I understand what they are doing, these guys are killing the golden goose, or at least helping to do so, because they're killing market illiquidity. Now, I'm going to what did I just say? They are killing the market liquidity. Now, everybody talks about, oh, how they're adding market liquidity. They aren't adding market liquidity, they're killing it. And I'm going to show you why. Insider trading. It is of epidemic proportions now. Now, I can't give you the name. I forget the name of the official who was responsible for policing this. But that was his quote. It's of epidemic proportions, worse now than it's ever been. So we've got this huge greed thing going on. And this huge greed thing is going to impact market structure, which is the real concern. Let's talk about ignorance. Regulators. They are underfunded and overwhelmed. Most regulators do not understand market structure. And there is the rub. They are regulating the markets, but they don't talk to traders so that they understand the structure that they're regulating. I am willing to bet you by the time you walk out of this room in approximately 50 minutes, you will understand more about market structure than 95% of the regulators that are regulating the markets. Bernanke and Company. He's an academic. He doesn't understand market structure. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. We've all heard that. All right. There is a saying in Thai. It is kun mit chai di. Okay, and what that means is you have a good heart. I'm not here to say that this person, Bernanke, does not have a good heart. Maybe he has a good heart. Maybe he's really trying to help things out. I can't say. I don't know. But what I do know is that he comes from academia. I don't think he has a clue about market structure. Not a clue. And what he's doing is he's undermining the market structure of the equity markets of America as well as other countries. And I will try to make it clear how this is happening. What he has done is he's chosen winners and he's chosen losers. Among the winners are banks and investment companies, commodity producers, automobile manufacturers, and those that were involved with fraud. These are the winners that this man has helped to create. Now, the losers. One of the losers is my sister. My sister's on fixed income. She's a big loser with this guy and his policies. He's depreciating the dollar. Do you realize that everything I buy in Bangkok has gone up by 13% in the last 6 months? That is a dramatic increase, and that will be reflected directly into my sister's fixed income. She will feel every penny of that. The average American consumer will and is, this talk about the CPI and core and all this other BS, we all know it's BS. We know we're seeing inflation. Look at gas prices. Look around. Look at the price of almost anything. It's going up. We're not experiencing deflation. We're experiencing inflation. The only thing he's trying to do is get asset prices like homes up, and he's failing to do that. And in the process, he's screwing the rest of us. Savers, anybody that saved any money has just lost 13% of their life savings in the last 6 months. Think about it. 13%. You've been saving your money, you got $200,000 put away. What does that work out to? One hell of a lot of money in 6 months to lose. Those with pensions, people with 401ks. Now, it depends upon where that money is put. But most people do not want to put their money in speculative commodity investments because that's just, they consider that just too risky. Older people, a lot of the older people who built this country are getting screwed by Bernanke and company policies. They've got a few $100,000, they want to earn interest, and what are they earning? 0.001%? Give me a break. And who's getting that money? The banks that caused the problem. COLA recipients, they're getting nothing, while the Congress gets a raise. Give me a break. I'm in Bangkok looking over from 14,000 miles away. What the hell are you doing in America? Anybody that's loaned us money. Now, we need people to loan us money. We need China to loan us money. They've been screwed. Everything that they've loaned us, the 500 billion or the trillion or whatever it is, every country has been screwed by the policies of the Federal Reserve. Conservative money managers, anybody that put money into anything other than high-risk assets, where did they go? They came down at 13% in the last 6 months. This has made people very angry. This increases the risk in the markets. I'll come to exactly how that works out. But from Bangkok, from 14,000 miles away, this is what I am seeing when I look back, and this is what I'm experiencing in Bangkok. Take a look. This was Bangkok in April 2010. Now, I want to tell you something about the Thai people. Thai people are among the most peaceable, warm, loving people on earth. They truly are a wonderful group of people. One of the reasons I choose to live there is because of the accepting attitude these folks have. It is just a joy to walk down the street. They call it the land of smiles because it truly is. Now, they had some political unrest. And the political unrest looks like the pictures that I'm showing you. This picture is a barricade that they set up. People got very pissed off. A whole lot of people got very pissed off about the government and the fact that they felt they didn't have a democracy that was representing the people. And people came out from the villages, and some of what they did was they built these barricades. And these barricades, they didn't have guns, they didn't have tanks. What they did was they had spears. They sharpened up bamboo, and they lined it up, and they tried to make barricades, mostly symbolic, to show that they really wanted their country to be more democratic. Here's some of the rallies that they had in Bangkok. This guy, his name was Sadang, and Dang means red. These were the red shirts of Thailand. Sadang was shot dead. He was assassinated by a sniper. This man was killed, leading the people that were looking for a higher level of democracy. This is a picture of very close to where I live when the city was burning. And this is some of the encampments, and that's what it looked like at night. Now, I have a penthouse apartment on a well-to-do soi in Bangkok, and we have a garden area up top on the roof. And near the end of these demonstrations, I could look out. We had 4 corners. It's a beautiful place, big garden. We have 4 corners. I could look out every single corner, and no matter where I looked, the city was burning.